Hello students, welcome to Breedmark Academy. Myself LS Nanda. As I promised you people in my last video that I will be discussing some challenging problems on algebra which have been asked in different competitions and Olympiads held worldwide. So here is my first question, which is very similar to the question that was asked in one of the reputed Indian Olympiads. In this question it says ABC are three non-zero real numbers. Now non-zero real numbers mean the value of A, B and C cannot be 0, such that A upon B plus B upon C plus C upon A equal to 7 and B upon A plus C upon B plus A upon C equal to 9, and we are required to find the value of A cube by B cube plus B cube by C cube plus C cube by A cube. Now if you refer to my last video, then I have mentioned this thing clearly over there, that whenever you are asked the value of sum of three cubes in any question, then you must always use this particular identity. And what is that? X cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz equal to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Right? Now if I assume x as A upon B, y as B upon C and z as C upon A, then according to the given question I want the value of x cube plus y cube plus z, because x cube plus y cube plus z cube is nothing but A cube by B cube plus B cube by C cube plus C cube by A cube. Right? Now to get the value of x cube plus y cube plus z cube, first of all I need to find xyz, x plus y plus z, x square plus y square plus z square, as well as xy plus yz plus zx. Now first of all we find the value of xyz. xyz is nothing but A by B into B by C into C by A, which is just 1, because terms in the numerator and denominator are going to cancel each other. X plus y plus z is going to be just 7 according to the given information. What is going to be the value of xy plus yz plus zx? Now if you look carefully, x into y is A by B into B by C, which is A by C. Yz is B by C into C by A, which is nothing but B by A. Z into x is C by A into A by B, which is nothing but C by B. So according to the given information, this is just 9. Now we move towards the value of x square plus y square plus z square. Students, if you have seen my last video, then you must be knowing that this particular expression can be written as x plus y plus z whole square minus 2 times xy plus yz plus zx. Right? Further, the value of this is going to be x plus y plus z is 7, so this is 7 square minus 2 into 9, or 49 minus 18, which is just 31. So now what we are going to do, we are going to put the values obtained in the original identity. So when we put the values, we get x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3 into 1, which is 3, equal to 7 into 31 minus, if I take minus common, I am going to get xy plus yz plus zx inside the bracket, and the value of xy plus yz plus zx is 9. So this becomes 7 into 22, or equal to 154. So therefore the value of x cube plus y cube plus z cube becomes 154 plus 3, which is 157, because 3 will be transposed to the right hand side. So this is our correct answer. Now students, I would like to add one thing over here, that before you solve these problems, you must clear your basic concepts by mastering all these identities and solving questions from NCERT as well as other reference books available to you, because these problems are challenging problems and they will demand clarity of the concepts as well as your ability to think. So it's better to go through the basics first and then you start solving these questions. And once you are able to solve these problems on your own, that will give you a lot of confidence. Now we move to our next problem. Now this is our next problem. You must have seen in my previous video that I have discussed questions like if x plus 1 upon x is equal to 3 or 2, then how to find the values of x square plus 1 by x square, or x cube plus 1 by x cube, or even x power 4 plus 1 upon x power 4. Now this particular power is quite different because it cannot be created by using any identity directly. Now how to create this x power 5 plus 1 upon x power 5? If we use a little bit of thinking, then we can multiply x square plus 1 by x square with x cube plus 1 upon x cube to get something like this. How? Because when x square will get multiplied with x cube, it will make x power 5. X square plus x square into 1 by x cube will make 1 upon x. 1 upon x square into x cube will make x, and finally it is going to be 1 upon x power 5. That means I have created the required expression x power 5 plus 1 upon x power 5 from this product. So that means we have to create this expression indirectly. We cannot square or cube the given data and get this. It's not so direct. Now what should I do? X square plus 1 by x square I can easily find by squaring the given expression, as x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 will be equal to 9. So I can write x square plus 1 upon x square equal to 7. Fine. Now similarly, if I need to find the value of x cube plus 1 by x cube, then what should I do? I will cube this expression, x plus 1 by x cube equal to 3 cube. Here I am going to get x cube plus 1 upon x cube plus 3ab means 3 into a plus b, which is x plus 1 by x and which is again 3. So from here I get x cube plus 1 upon x cube as 27 minus 9, which is 18. Fine. Now according to this given expression which we have created just now, we can write 18 into 7 equal to x power 5 plus 1 upon x power 5 plus x plus 1 by x. Now what is x plus 1 by x? It is given to me as 3. So that means x power 5 plus 1 upon x power 5, which I need to find, is 7 into 18 means 126 minus 3, and this is finally 123. So this is our right answer. Now we move to next problem. Now this is another nice problem which is based upon a very basic concept. If you refer to my last video, then I have explained a question where I have told that whenever we are required to find the expression, the value of the expression a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, then we can multiply this expression by 2 and divide by 2 to express it as the sum of 3 perfect squares, like this. When you will simplify, you will get both of them as same. If you want to see the whole working of the question, a whole working of this expression, you can refer to my previous video. Now the values are very big. A has 283, B has 284, C has 285. If some student does not have the knowledge of this concept, what he will do? He will try to put the values of ABC in this expression, and obviously he won't be able to solve. It's impossible for him to solve within 1 or 2 minutes. Now if we express the given expression like this, then we can clearly notice the difference of any two numbers among them, like a and b or b and c or c and a, is either 1 or 2, which is very small number. So I will just now put the values here. A minus b according to the given question is minus 1, so it is minus 1 square. b minus c is again minus 1 square, and c minus a is 2, means 2 square. So this is how much? Half 1 plus 1 plus 4, which is 6 upon 2, or just 3. Now the seemingly or apparently difficult question has become so simple if we know the proper concept. Now we move to the next problem. Now this is a wonderful question based upon the same identity which I have discussed in the earlier question, and it has been asked in Singapore's Olympiad, and a similar question has also been asked in India in JEE Mains. Now, what the question says, it is saying if for real xyz, x square plus 4y square plus 16z square minus 2xy minus 8yz minus 4zx is equal to 0, and x plus 2y plus 4z is equal to 12, then find the value of x square plus y square plus z square. Now, since we are having three variables over here, now the general perception says to find the values of three variables you must have three equations, but here we are just given two equations. So how to find the exact values of x, y, z so as to get x square plus y square plus z square? It seems to be little difficult, but if I just put a as x, b as 2y, and c as 4z, then the given expression actually becomes what? It becomes a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca is equal to 0, isn't it? Because ab will be 2xy, bc will be 2y into 4z, which is 8yz, and ac will be 4zx. And in my earlier video, I have told you whenever a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus c is equal to 0 for three real numbers abc, then always a is equal to b is equal to c. Or it implies x will be equal to 2y will be equal to 4z. Right? If you want to go into the details of this thing, you can refer to my previous video. Now, since I am given x plus 2y plus 4z is equal to 12, now what I need to do, I will put these values as k, suppose. Now, in the second expression, I will put k plus k plus k 3 times equal to 12, or 3k is equal to 12, or k is equal to 4, which means x is equal to 4, y is equal to k by 2, which is 2, and z is equal to 1. Fine. So now, to find the value of x square plus y square plus z square, I will just put it over here as 4 square plus 2 square plus 1 square. Now a difficult question becomes so simple, and the final answer becomes 21. Now this is the right answer. Now we move to the next problem. Now this is one of the best questions that I'm going to take today. It says if x, y, z are real numbers such that their sum is 3, the sum of their squares is 5, the sum of their cubes is 7, then we are required to find the sum of their fourth powers, that is x power 4 plus y power 4 plus z power 4. Now first of all, when we think about x power 4 plus y power 4 plus z power 4, then we can relate it to x square square plus y square square plus z square square, right? So it takes the shape a square plus b square plus c square. If I assume that a is x square, b is y square, and c is z square, that means it is very much similar to the identity a plus b plus c whole square, because whenever we are required to find a square plus b square plus c square, this is the only identity that can help us. So that means in this particular question, we need to use a plus b plus c whole square. Now, how to start first? First of all, what I am going to do here is, I am writing x plus y plus z whole square equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2 times xy plus yz plus zx. Now I am given the value of x plus y plus z, which is 3, so this is 3 square equal to x square plus y square plus z square is 5, So from here I will get the value of xy plus yz plus zx, which we will be using later on. Now it becomes 9 minus 5 by 2, which is 4 upon 2 further equal to 2, right? Now x cube plus y cube plus z cube is given to me. For what purpose we are given this value? If you relate it with the identity a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, then if I rewrite that identity, it will become clear why we are given this particular value. It will be x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Now what I am going to do, I am going to put all those values which I am given. Now x cube plus y cube plus z cube is 7 minus 3xyz. xyz is unknown. X plus y plus z is 3. X square plus y square plus z square is 5. Xy plus yz plus zx we have just found, it is 2. Right? So it becomes how much? It becomes 3 into 3, which is 9. That means 7 minus 9 will be equal to 3xyz. So from here I get the value of xyz as minus 2 by 3. Fine. Now I am required to find x4 plus y4 plus z4. How should I start with? I told you earlier, to get the value of this, what I am going to do, I will square x square plus y square plus z square. I will square this value by using the identity a plus b plus c whole square. Why? Because when I square this, I will be getting x4 plus y4 plus z4. Now this is x4 a square, y4 b square and z4, which is c square, plus 2ab. 2ab means x square y square, bc means y square z square, and ca, it means z square x square. Now this question is going to be a little longer one. Let us move ahead. Now I'm just going to put in the values in the expression obtained. It was x square plus y square plus z square whole square. So it is 5 square equal to x power 4 plus y power 4 plus z power 4 plus 2 times x square y square plus y square z square plus z square x square. Fine. Now I need to find this x4 plus y4 plus z4, but this particular value is also unknown to me. I do not know the value of this. So how to find this now? If I square xy plus yz plus zx, because I know the value of xy plus yz plus zx, we have already found this value as 2. So if I square this and use the identity again a plus b plus c whole square, it will become x square y square plus y square z square plus z square x square, right, plus 2 times ab. ab is going to be what? Y square xz. bc, it is going to be what? Z square xy. And ca, it is going to be what? It is going to be x square yz. Now finally this particular value is 2 square. This is x square y square plus y square z square plus z square x square plus 2 times xyz, common I have taken out, and inside the bracket I am going to get x plus y plus z, right? So this is 4 minus xyz, I am going to put now as minus 2 by 3, and x plus y plus z is 3. So from here I get the value of x square y square plus y square z square plus z square x square as how much? It is going to be now minus minus plus 3 will get cancelled. 4 plus 4 is 8. So that means x square y square plus y square z square plus z square x square is going to be 8. Fine. Now if I put this value which I have obtained in the equation 2 in equation 1, what do we get? We'll be getting 25 is equal to x power 4 plus y power 4 plus z power 4 plus 2 times 8. That means x power 4 plus y power 4 plus z power 4 is equal to 25 minus 16, and which is nothing but 9. So this was in fact a really nice question. I must say it's wonderful question which I have taken today. Now we move to the next problem. Now this is another interesting problem. When we look at the given data, it clearly reminds us of the identity a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc equal to a plus b plus c into a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus c. Right? So first of all, let me rewrite the given information as x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz equal to 3. What I have done, I have taken 3xyz which was present on the right hand side to the left hand side. Now p is given to me as y plus z minus x, q is z plus x minus y, and r is x plus y minus z. Fine. I am required to find the value of p cube plus q cube plus r cube minus 3pqr, which can be written as p plus q plus r into p square plus q square plus r square minus pq minus qr minus rp. I have just used the same identity. Right? Now if I add p, q and r, it is very much obvious that one x and one x will get cancelled, only one x will be left. Similarly, one y will be left, and similarly one z will be left. So I can say p plus q plus r is nothing but x plus y plus z. But what to do with this second bracket? Because if I start squaring p, q and r, the calculations will become really big. So to avoid them, what I am doing, I am multiplying the expression with 2 and dividing by 2. If you have gone through my last video, then I have discussed an important result over there, and that is a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca can be written as half into, inside the bracket, a minus b whole square plus b minus c whole square plus c minus a whole square. So it is very much similar to that. Instead of ABC, we are using PQR. There is no other difference. So now this whole expression in the second bracket can be written as p minus q whole square plus q minus r whole square plus r minus p whole square. Fine. If you have any doubt in this step, you can refer to my last video. Now how to calculate these values p minus q? Now p minus q, you can see I am going to subtract q from p, so it will be y plus z minus x minus z minus x plus y. Fine. So this is now going to become 2y minus 2x. So now I move to q minus r. Q minus r is going to be what? Z plus x minus y minus x minus y plus z. So this is going to be 2z minus 2y. And similarly for r minus p. Right? R minus p is going to be x plus y minus z minus y minus z plus x, which can finally be written as 2x minus 2z. Fine. So let me put this data into my question. It is now going to be half x plus y plus z into p minus q whole square means 2 times y minus 2 times x whole square. Q minus r whole square becomes how much? Q minus r whole square becomes 2z minus 2y whole square, and similarly r minus p becomes 2x minus 2z whole square. Right? So now 4 will be out. Why? Because 2 is present in all these terms. When I square it, so 4 will be taken out. It will come common. And now in the bracket, second bracket, I am going to get y minus x whole square, which upon expanding will become y square plus x square minus 2xy. Similarly, z minus y whole square, it will become z square plus y square minus 2zy. Similarly, for x minus z whole square, it will become x square plus z square minus 2xz. So when I combine all the terms, I get 2x square plus 2y square plus 2z square minus 2xy minus 2yz minus 2zx. Fine. Now you can see this is a really important question, and it can also be asked in your school exams. It's not so that is it's only for competitions. Obviously, because of its toughness, it has been asked in competitions, but it may also be asked in your school exams. Now we have got finally 4 into x plus y plus z. Why 4? Because 2 I have taken outside, and this 2 cancels this 4 to make it 2. So ultimately we are having 4 into x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Now just again the same identity is applicable. X plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx will become how much? It will be x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, right? So now finally I can rewrite the given expression as p cube plus q cube plus r cube minus 3pqr is equal to 4 into x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx, which I have just told you that will become 4 into x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. And we are given the value of this expression x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz as 3. So the final answer is 12. Fine. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is also another wonderful problem and has been asked in one of the Singapore's Olympiads. The given expression has many big numbers involved, and it's obvious that we cannot solve it directly if we do not use any trick. Now what is the trick over here? This number 2011, if I consider this value as x, then obviously 2013 will become x plus 2, right? So this particular under root, that is under root of 1 plus 2013 into 2011, will now become under root of 1 plus x plus 2 into x, which is nothing but under root of x square plus 2x plus 1. It's a very good question which is based upon a very simple identity. You have to just use your thinking. Now this is nothing but x plus 1. Why? Because under root of x plus 1 whole square is nothing but x plus 1. So that means this particular value will be how much inside the under root? This value is going to be now 2012. So now 2012, and here now I am having 1 plus 2014 into 2012. The same method will now be applicable again. If I consider this value as y, this will be y plus 2, and the same thing I am going to get as y plus 1, means this is now going to be 2013, right? So till here the value is 2013. Now similarly 2013 to 2015, again the same method applies. Under root of 1 plus, I am solving all these under roots one by one because there are so many under roots involved. So finally this is going to be 2014. So till here we have got the result as 2014. Now 2014 into 2016 plus 1, again under the root. So this is 1 plus 2016 into 2014. Now how much this will become? It will be 2015. Again by the same rule. Fine. So now you can see how much easy the question becomes if we just find out the trick involved. Now this is 2015 to 2017 plus 1 under the root. This is 2016 or not. So my final answer is 2016. Right? Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is yet another interesting problem that has been asked in one of the Indian Olympiads. In this question it says A, B, C are three real numbers such that A plus B plus C is equal to 0, A square plus B square plus C square is equal to 1, and we are required to find the value of this big expression, that is 3A plus 5B minus 8C whole square plus minus 8A plus 3B plus 5C whole square plus 5A minus 8B plus 3C whole square. Now when we look at the terms involved in the question, it clearly reminds us of the identity A plus B plus C whole square, which is equal to A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2C. If you refer to my past video on algebra, you will find all the possible cases that I have discussed regarding this identity. That is A plus B minus C whole square, A minus B plus C whole square, and so on. Now by using them, I am going to expand the terms. First of all, we take 3A plus 5B minus 8C whole square. It becomes 9A square plus 25B square plus 64C square, right? Plus 2 into 3A into 5B, it becomes 30AB. Plus 2 into 5B into minus 8C, it becomes minus 80BC. Plus 2 3A into minus 8C, it becomes minus 48AC. And similarly, we expand the other terms. Now it becomes 64A square plus 9B square plus 25C square minus 48AB plus 30BC minus 80AC, and the last term becomes 25A square plus 64B square plus 9C square minus 80AB minus 48BC plus 30AC. Now what we have to do, we have to combine all the like terms, like 9A square plus 64A square becomes 73A square, and then we have 25A square, so it becomes 98A square. 25B square, 9B square, it becomes 34B square plus 64B square, again it becomes 98B square. Then we have 64C square plus 25C square, it becomes 89C square plus 9C square, it becomes 98C square. Now we take the terms of AB. 30AB minus 48AB becomes minus 18AB minus 80AB, it becomes minus 98AB. Now we take minus 80BC minus 80BC and minus 48BC, it becomes minus 128BC, and plus 30BC, it becomes minus 98BC, right? And now we have to take the terms of minus AC, that is minus 48AC minus 80AC, it becomes minus 128AC plus 30AC, it becomes minus 98AC. So that means if I take now 98 common inside the bracket, I am going to have A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus C. Now to find the value of the given expression, I know the value of A square plus B square plus C square, but the value of AB plus BC plus CA is still unknown. Now how to get that value? To get the value of AB plus BC plus CA, we again follow the same identity, A plus B plus C whole square. and that is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2 times ab plus bc plus c. Now the value of a plus b plus c is 0. A square plus b square plus c square is given to us as 1. So from here the value of AB plus BC plus CA comes out to be what? It becomes minus half, right? So now just put this value obtained in the given expression. It becomes 98 into 1 minus minus half. Now 1 minus minus half actually becomes 98 into 1 plus half, which is 98 into 3 by 2. And finally it becomes 49 into 3, which is 147. So 147 is our right answer. Now we move to our. Now students, this is yet another interesting problem which is based upon a simple identity. If you look at the given expression and cross multiply the terms, you get 2 times x minus 2018 into y minus 2019 equal to minus, inside the bracket you have x minus 2018 square plus y minus 2019 square, right? Now if I assume x minus 2018 as a for time being and y minus 2019 as b, then it becomes 2ab equal to minus a square minus b square. This becomes a square plus b square plus 2ab equal to 0. This is a plus b whole square equal to 0. This is a plus b is equal to 0. Now what is a? A is x minus 2018, which we assumed. B is y minus 2019. Their sum is 0. So from here, what is x plus y? X plus y comes as 4037. So this is the right answer. And from this question you must have seen, if we know the identities properly and use our mind a little bit, then we can solve difficult looking questions with great ease. So I would strongly recommend you people to first of all master the identities, then solve the questions from your NCERT and reference books, and only then you must jump to these questions. And once you solve such kind of problems on your own, you will be ready to face any type of competition. Now students, this is yet another interesting question. In this question we are just given the value of x minus y and we are supposed to find the value of this big expression, right? So what we have to do? We have to convert this given expression in the terms of x minus y, so as to put the value of x minus y as 1 over there and make it a simple expression. So for that purpose what I am doing, I am taking x common from the first two terms to write x into x cube minus y cube. Fine. Now I am taking these two terms. You will have to observe the question carefully. Only after that you will be able to decide which terms you have to group. And the remaining terms can be written as minus 3xy into x minus y. Fine. Now this can be again written as x minus y into x cube minus y cube minus 3xy into x minus y. I know the value of x minus y, so this is just x cube minus y cube minus 3xy. What I have done, I have put the value of x minus y as 1. Now x cube minus y cube can further be written as x minus y into x square plus y square plus xy. I have used the identity a cube minus b cube as a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab, right? Now this becomes how much? This is x square plus y square plus xy minus 3xy. So finally this is how much? This is x square plus y square minus 2xy, and lastly I can write this as x minus y whole square, and finally this is 1, right? So 1 is the right answer. Now we move to our next problem. Now Students, this is yet another important question. Obviously, this is not a straightforward one, but not difficult also. Now, if we look at the terms carefully, which are given to us like x square plus xy plus xz, y square plus zy plus xy, z square plus xz plus yz, then straight away one thing comes to our mind, and that is if we add all these three expressions, that is x square plus xy plus xz, then we add y square plus yz plus xy plus z square plus xz plus yz. Why I'm adding all of them? Because upon addition, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a direct identity, and what is that? It is x square plus y square plus z square plus 2 times xy plus yz plus zx. Means this is just x plus y plus z whole square. Fine. And if you add all these three terms, what you will get? You'll be getting 594 plus 135, or this is just 729. So that means x plus y plus z is equal to 27. Why I'm writing 27? Because the square of 27 is 729. Now I have got the value of x plus y plus z, but I need to get x square plus y square plus z square. Now this is little tricky step over here. What should I do now? If I look at the first term and take x common, I will be getting inside x plus y plus z, which is given to me as 135. So that means x into 27 is 135, or in other words, x is equal to how much? 135 upon 27, which is 5, right? Similarly, if we take the second term, we can write y into y plus z plus x equal to 351. So y into 27 is equal to 351, and when we divide 351 by 27, we get 881. So this is 30, right? Similarly, if I put now the value of x plus y plus z in the third term, because the third term becomes z into z plus x plus y, which is 243. So that means z into 27 becomes 243, or z becomes how much? 243 upon 27, which is directly 9. So now clearly I can write the value of x square plus y square plus z square as 5 square plus 13 square plus 9 square. Just add all of them and you'll be getting what? 169 plus 81 plus 25. So it amounts to 275. So this is our right answer. Now we move to our last question of this video. 21 plus 22, which is 4. Now students, this is the last question that I am going to take in this video. When we look at this problem, it does not appear to belong to the topic of algebra, but actually we are going to solve it by using algebraic identities only. Now let us start. If I take the first value, that is under root of 21 plus 12 root 3 as A, second value as B, that is under root of 21 minus 12 root 3, then I am supposed to find the value of A minus B, right? That is under root of 21 plus 12 root 3 minus under root of 21 minus 12 root 3. Now just square both sides. Why I am squaring both sides? Because I want to get rid of these square roots. When I square the terms on the right hand side, the first term will become 21 plus 12 root 3, because when we square this quantity, the square root will go away, plus 21 minus 12 root 3. I am applying the identity A minus B whole square on the right hand side. minus 2ab, which is going to be 2 into under root of 21 plus 12 root 3 into 21 minus 12 root 3, right? Now whenever you come across such questions where you have to find the sum of two square roots or difference of two square roots, and the numbers inside the square roots are conjugates of each other, they are irrational numbers and they are the conjugates of each other, then in such a case you must always follow this particular way. Now you can observe these two numbers which are being multiplied inside the square root, they are of the form p plus q into p minus q. That means I can easily apply the identity p plus q into p minus q equal to p square minus q square. Fine. So now the expression becomes a minus b whole square equal to 42 minus 2 times under root of. Now it will become 21 square minus 12 root 3 square. Fine. Further it becomes 42 minus 2 into under root of 441 minus, now 12 root 3 square means 12 root 3 into 12 root 3, or it is 144 into 3, right? This further becomes 42 minus 2 into under root of 441 minus 432, and finally I can write this as 42 minus 2 into under root 9, or 42 minus 6, which is 36, right? So that means a minus b whole square I have obtained as 36. Now what should be the value of a minus b? It can be either 6 or minus 6. Now to decide which one is correct, we look at these two numbers. 21 plus 12 root 3 is obviously greater than 21 minus 12 root 3, right? So this is why the square root of 21 plus 12 root 3 must also be greater than the square root of 21 minus 12 root 3. It means a should be greater than b. And if a is greater than b, then a minus b must be positive. So I will have to take a minus b as 6 only. So this is the right answer. Now students, I hope that you must have liked my video. And if you have really liked this, you must share it with your friends also, so that they could also take the benefit of it. And if in future you want me to discuss more such questions on different topics of mathematics, then you can let me know through your comments by mentioning your opinions in the comment box. Thanks. Subscribe to my channel.